Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sophie, this is Jackpot Comic Talks, and today I am showing you guys a huge stack of comics that I picked up for super cheap. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so before I leave to go to a wrestling event, so I've got the CM Punk shirt on, I thought I would film a super quick video showing you guys what I got last weekend at this very small comic shop a few towns over, and they were having this huge sale. Basically, there was a ton of boxes of 50-cent books, a ton of boxes of dollar books, and a ton of boxes of prices marked. Anything under 20 was half off, 21 and above was 25% off, so not a bad deal. So I dragged my sister over there. It was a decent car ride. It actually wasn't too bad. It was like maybe an hour. It was a bit of a spooky little town, I will admit. Parking was terrible, but the comics I got made it all worth it, and I wanted to show them off to you guys. So let's get started, because I have to go through these quick. But now, some of these, I will tell you kind of what I paid for each of these, if I remember. The bags and boards that were on these books were not good. They were gross, or they were way too big, or some of the 50-cent ones and dollar ones weren't even in bags and boards. So with the new ones, I don't have the prices on there, but I kind of remember what I spent. So let's get started. This one is Jurassic Park #1. This was a 50-cent book. I just got it to read. I love the movie, that first original one, and I thought this would just be really fun to read. It's like a comic adaptation of that movie, so it should be fun. This one I also got for 50 cents. It is Amazing Spider-Man 32. I don't know if this is a variant or not, but it is an insane Green Goblin cover. It looks amazing. I saw it and I immediately put it in my pile because that is some crazy artwork right there, and I love it. Next up, we have Ultimate Spider-Man Annual #1. This one I believe was $1. I'll get it to read. I also recently picked up a omnibus of the first couple of like volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man, because they were some of my favorite books to read as a kid. My local library had a bunch of them. They didn't have the earlier ones like #1, 2, and 3. I think it started at like volume like 5 or like 7 or something. But even without the first ones, I would read those over and over and over and over again. So I can't wait to actually be able to read them starting from the beginning, and I hope to make it through the whole series. But for $1, I figured I would go ahead and pick up Annual #1. Next up, we have another dollar book. This one is Batman 647. This is part of the Under the Red Hood storyline. Now, judging from this cover, I want to say it's where it starts, but I only want to say that because they used this cover on the like collected editions a lot, the trade paperback, the hardcover. So that's why I want to say it's where it starts, but I think it starts before this. I'm not 100% sure. I probably should have looked it up beforehand. But nonetheless, it's a super cool cover, one that I have been wanting to have in my collection. And for $1, I definitely couldn't say no. Another dollar book we have, or no, actually this one was a 50-cent book. This is the Justice Society of America Kingdom Come special for the Kingdom. Now this is, it's a one-shot based on Kingdom Come, which is an insane book. I absolutely love it. When I read it, it was a long time ago. I was still a kid. I remember loving it. Alex Ross did the illustrations, so of course they're absolutely magnificent. Just sheer perfection. And this one's a one-shot, so I went ahead and picked it up just so that I could read it. Then we have 2 issues of Spider-Man. This one is Spider-Man #8. This is Perceptions Part 1. of 5. It is a pretty cool cover. It also makes me laugh. I'm sure you guys know why. But I didn't have it, so I went in and picked it up. And then I also got number 48, which is a cover with I can never say that. That one is so difficult for me to say. Demogoblin and Hobgoblin. It's a super cool cover. I absolutely love the way Hobgoblin looks on it. It's really, really cool. I think those were both like a couple dollars each. And then this one, I think was a $1 book as well. Now, I don't collect Vampirella or really read much of Vampirella, but I do love me some J. Scott Campbell art, so I picked up his Vampirella cover. It's pretty cool. I love the addition of all of the skulls, even though they have eyeballs. I don't know. It's a comic. I can't be like, that's unrealistic. So yeah, just some good J. Scott Campbell art. And then I picked up an issue from the dollar bin. I think I might have this. I might not. I don't remember, but for $1, I knew that if I didn't already have it, I'd be upset I didn't pick it up. Now, this comes from one of the worst series I've ever read, and that is Red Hood and the Outlaws from the New 52. This is issue 16. It is a crossover for the Death of the Family storyline, which is a good storyline. I love that plot and everything, but this comic series I hated. It was okay for some parts, but I really didn't like it. It does not hold up to what they did afterwards when they rebranded again and did Rebirth. Now, I do like that Red Hood and the Outlaws series with Artemis and Bizarro, but so sadly, the one with Starfire, who is one of my favorite characters, and Arsenal just didn't hold up for me. It's also been a while since I read it, so maybe it's not as bad as I remember, but being such a big Jason Todd and Starfire fan, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way that they portrayed Starfire. She literally has a costume in this that is like, you can't even consider it clothing. It is like they slapped the smallest scrap of fabric on her skin. It was like, yeah, sure, it's a costume. I hate it. She's written terribly. Not a fan of the series. Anyway, let's move on before I keep ranting. That can be a different video. This is an insanely cool cover. That's why I bought it. You can see that Red Hood's been infected by like this Joker toxin or whatever. You can see the reflection of Starfire and Arsenal in Red Hood's helmet, and it is a fantastic cover. I absolutely love it, even though the series sucks. Moving on though, I did pick up a Red Hood and the Outlaws, a Rebirth #1, and I did actually like this series. It was pretty good. And I also picked up #6. It's not a series that I'm collecting, but some of the covers I absolutely love. This is one that is included in that, and you have Red Hood, Artemis, and Bizarro stealing actually all the tires off of the Batmobile, an homage to when Jason, when he was introduced, stole the tire off of the Batmobile. And then you even have Bizarro over here saying fixed it, you know, because it's not actually fixed. I just think it's a great cover, so I went ahead and picked it up. Both of those were shockingly $1 books as well. Now, the other one that I have picked up, if you follow me over on Instagram, you might have seen me post about this one. This is Spider-Man Life Story, which is a fantastic Spider-Man story. If you have not read it, pick up the trade paperback, find the single issues if you can, look it up online, read this book. It's so good. I loved it as a kid, still love it now. It's a great story, but I picked up 2 issues of it, and this one is one of my favorite covers ever. I love anything spooky, and this is literally a pumpkin bomb disco ball, and that's amazing to me. I absolutely love that. I'm in the process of making one. So, like I said, if you follow me over on Instagram, I'm going to be updating you guys on that, but I am in the process of making one of these because this cover is so cool, and I really want a little pumpkin disco ball in my background. So, yes. Then this one is, oh, and actually, I'm sorry, that one is issue 2. And then this next one is issue 3, and it's for the 80s. Again, love spooky things. You've got a spider on this one and Spider-Man in a coffin. So, you know, I couldn't pass that up. And I think these were both $10, so they were $5 each. And they're actually in very good condition, so that's exciting. Then we have a book that I had never actually seen before, but it's Batman 372, and it's not quite wrestling, but it's boxing, which is wrestling adjacent, I guess. And it's Batman, and there's a Grim Reaper figure, so it's like checking all the boxes for me. But it's a cover where you can see Batman laying on the ground, there's a boxer kind of looming over him, and then really looming over him is a Grim Reaper figure with a scythe saying 8, 9, 10, you're out. I thought it was both a funny cover but also a really good one, and I knew I had to pick it up for my collection. Again, I think this one was like a $10 book, which means I got it for $5. Now this one is a $5 book, so I got it for $2.50, which is actually the cover price when it came out. This is Stars and Stripe #1. I absolutely love Stargirl, and the Jeff Johns run of Stargirl is like top tier. Absolutely love it. Crosses over with Teen Titans, I think, at some point in the series, or Young Justice, maybe? I don't remember. But I actually met Jeff Johns a couple of Comic-Cons ago, and I told him that I absolutely love this series, and like we have a Stargirl poster that has his signature on it. There was a bunch of cast who was there from the show, and they were like signing the posters, so that was super cool. But this is Stars and Stripe #1. I had to pick it up. It was super cheap, and I absolutely love this character. Moving on into some of like the better stuff that I've gotten, not just the random dollar issues. This is Spider-Girl #2 and Spider-Girl #3. I recently picked up #1 at a local show that was here not that long ago. Did I do a video about that? Because now I can't remember. I think I did. Tell me if I didn't. But I got Spider-Girl #1. It's a series that I've been wanting to collect. So I went ahead and picked up issue 2 and 3. I genuinely don't remember how much these were, but they were probably pretty cheap. And then next, I was shocked to find all of these books, 3 of which were in dollar bins, which is crazy. Spider-Man Blue is a series that I really want to read, but is extremely hard to find. The collected edition is expensive. The single issues are expensive and hard to find. And I just really wanted to read it. So I've been slowly collecting them, and I was able to get 4 issues out of the 6, which was shocking to me, for really good prices. So first of all, there was Spider-Man Blue #1, which I got for $1. Spider-Man #3, which admittedly I have a copy of this. It's a Mary Jane cover, but it was $1, so I picked up another one. This is Spider-Man Blue issue #3. This one was the most expensive. It was $4. Spider-Man Blue issue 4. And then Spider-Man Blue issue 5, which is also a Mary Jane cover. It's also got Gwen on it, so, you know, it's kind of like a win-lose situation. But for like, let's see, $4, $5, $6, $7, getting 4 issues of this was crazy. So, and they're all in extremely good condition, even though I was very worried because they were ones that weren't in bags and boards and they were just in these boxes. So I was very worried that they were going to be kind of crappy once I started looking at them, but they're actually really not that bad. So that was very exciting. And then I have 3 more books to show you guys. We're almost there. So this one is the first issue of Batgirl, and it's Cassandra Cain's Batgirl. She is my favorite Batgirl. I absolutely love her character. I read this series and just fell in love with her. She's fantastic, and I have been wanting to find her #1 of this, but sometimes it gets a little expensive. This was, I think, originally a $10 book, so I got it for $5. And then I also got issue 2, which is just an amazing cover. She's holding a note and it looks like in blood someone has written out, please, well, she's written out, please help me not to die. It's a really great cover. I love it. Super excited to pick these up, guys. You don't even know. And then the most expensive book that I got is a key issue, is one I've been looking for, and is in very good condition. So in Edge of the Spider-Verse, they introduced all of these new characters, right? So Gerard Way is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance and has also written many comics, including The True Lives of the National Killjoys, which parallels to My Chemical Romance, The Umbrella Academy, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. He's coming out with he also wrote a Doom Patrol run, which I haven't read but want to, and he also is coming out with a comic this year called Paranoid Gardens, which I have already subscribed to and will be getting and reading as soon as I have it. And now he also wrote an issue, or more, I don't remember, of Edge of Spider-Verse, and he created the character of Penny Parker, who you might recognize from the movies, or if you did read this series, you'll know her from that. But this is Edge of Spider-Verse number 5, first appearance of Penny Parker, created by Gerard Way, which is like most of the reason that I got it, because I'm just a really big fan of Gerard Way. But this is super, like a super cool cover, and it's not like an insanely expensive book. You can get a decent raw copy for like 30, 35, 40 bucks. As you get like the higher graded ones, they start to get more expensive. But this was listed originally, it had a price tag of $35, but because of the sale, it was an extra 25% off, which if I remember the math correctly was like $26, $27. And that's a pretty good price for a raw one in this condition. It looks super clean. I think there's one spine tick that has a slight color break to it, and it is a black cover, so honestly, unless it was kept in pristine condition, that's to be expected. But I finally got it. It was on my like list of books, like a goal, it was on my list of comics to get for like my goals this year, and I am super excited to have it. So now that you've seen them all, I would say that was a ridiculously good haul. Most of these were $1, some were 50 cents. This was the most expensive one at $27, and I got a ton of awesome books. So our trip to the spooky little town was definitely worth it for all of these books. If they do any more, I will for sure go back for the sales. They also had a huge wall of Funko Pops, so that was pretty cool. But anyways, that's the video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys are collecting. Have you guys ever went into any questionable towns just for comic books? Let me know if you have in the comments, and I will catch you guys next time. You can also follow me over on Instagram, because again, you'll get updates on the Pumpkin Bomb Disco Ball. So follow me over there at jackpotcomictalks, same as it is here on YouTube, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and as always, I hope you hit the jackpot with the next comics that you get. Bye!